expected to fully roll out the malaria vaccine output in the country in June this year, and focus will be on the lake-based region, which is the most affected, with malaria key areas being Homa Bay, Kisumu, Siaya, Migori, Busia, Bungoma, Kakamega and Vihiga counties. Elizabeth Atieno tells us more.
Malaria is ranked the major cause of death and sickness in the country, with statistics indicating that between 1 and 1.3 million people die from malaria every year.
Deaths, which were 627,000 estimated, 95% were again in the African region.
It is this shocking revelation that forced the government, through the Ministry of Health and its partners, to launch clinical trials of malaria vaccine, which provided sufficient data for the World Health Organization to recommend the vaccine for use across the African continent.
Although the development of vaccines against malaria has been elusive, a potential vaccine candidate developed by GSK, tested in several countries around the globe, including Kenya, has shown promise and been licensed for marketing.
In 2019, Kenya pioneered the use of malaria vaccine developed by GSK Pharmaceuticals. Since then, over 750,000 doses have been administered to children in the lake-endemic counties. Of these, 275,000 children have received at least one of the 4 scheduled doses, while 45,000 have received the full dose.
The World Health Organization made a historic recommendation late last year, urging the widespread use of malaria vaccine among children in sub-Saharan Africa and other regions with moderate to high malaria transmission.
Over the last decade, Kenya has been able to reduce malaria's prevalence by 50%, from 11% in 2010 to 6% in 2020.
As has been stated, the prevalence is coming down. And indeed, 34 counties now in Kenya have a prevalence of less than 1% of malaria. Very good progress. It means less children will be dying. It means we'll be saving lives.
However, some parts of lake and coastal regions are not out of the woods yet. The Ministry of Health has highlighted the counties of Kisumu, Siaya, Migori, Homa Bay, Busia, Bungoma, Kakamega and Vihiga as the 8 lake-endemic counties most affected by malaria. Caregivers with children between 6 and 14 months in these counties have been urged to visit health facilities or designated immunization sites to receive the 4 doses recommended. In a bid to curb the spread of malaria in the lake-endemic counties, the government has put in place measures to help in eradicating the disease by 2030. Some of the measures include distribution of mosquito nets in 27 counties to provide protection to over 25 million affected persons, indoor residual spraying program that has since benefited over 2.1 million residents of Migori and Homa Bay counties. The government has further offered treatment to over 5 million cases of malaria and 324,000 pregnant women in malaria endemic areas.
Our health system was tested, and I can confidently say that it is resilient. I believe we're still on course to achieve our targets and goals. We remain committed to our strategic goal of eliminating malaria from Kenya by the year 2030.